Permission to be Powerful is a reader-supported publication. To receive new posts and support my work, consider becoming a free or paid subscriber. Editor's note. Live workshop this Friday at 2 p.m. EST. It's called How to Get Hired for Your Dream Job Without Bowing to the Bullshit. I'll be teaching you the secrets that got Tony Robbins to hire me. You'll learn the one question to ask at the start of every job interview that flips the script and makes you the boss. They'll say, "Nobody's ever said that before." How to become the best in your field. What it was like working for some of the biggest players in the online marketing world, including Ramit Sethi, Neil Patel, Agora, Jason Fladlien, and more. How to seed your future with career victories 2 to 3 years in advance. Reserve your ticket here. VIP members get access for free. Upgrade here. But first, let's drag Tony. Dear Permission to be Powerful reader, I used to work for Tony Robbins, the guy who tells millions of people every year to raise their standards, to know their worth, to take massive action, to never settle for less than they deserve. I believed him. I listened. I executed. And then one day, I decided to actually live that message. I went to my boss, Jesse Ecker, and asked for a raise. Not a crazy ask. Just a raise that reflected the A-list copy I was delivering for one of the biggest personal development brands on earth. What happened next? I got fired, not for doing bad work, not for slacking off, not for missing deadlines. I got fired because I dared to believe I was worth more. Let's just be clear about what that means. I got fired from a company that teaches people to know their value, because I knew mine. The irony doesn't just sting, it screams. This wasn't some faceless tech firm or soulless corporate giant. This was Tony Robbins, the take massive action guy, the raise your standards guy, the live with passion guy. And the second I did that, lived his teachings, I got slapped back into place like I'd committed some cardinal sin. Let's call it what it is. Hypocrisy. Because if you're preaching one thing outwardly and practicing the opposite internally, what do you call that? A brand? No. A scam. Let me break this down. They didn't fire me for being bad. They fired me for being brave. They fired me when I stopped being the grateful freelancer and start being the true professional. They fired me when my belief in myself threatened the chain of command. That's what happened to me. And the worst part? I had looked up to these people. I studied Tony's work for years. I dreamed of being part of this movement. And then, bam. One conversation. One honest request. One act of self-worth. And I'm out. Let me tell you something most people inside the personal development industry are too scared to say. These companies don't build leaders. They build followers who buy tickets. They don't want you to rise. They want you to clap harder. And the second you show up with an actual spine, the second you embody what they've been preaching, you become a problem. A bad culture fit. A diva. An egotistical freelancer who's asking for too much. That's how they spin it. But the truth? I didn't get fired for failing. I got fired for being powerful. Jesse told me I was undeserving for asking for more money. Not, hey, we can't afford it right now. Not, let's revisit this in 90 days. Not, here's what we'd need to see to justify that number. No. Just straight up, you're not worthy of more. Said from the inside of a self-worth empire. Ain't that a bitch? That told me everything I needed to know. Outwardly. Transformation. Inwardly. Control. Here's what I learned. This wasn't a death. This was a birth. It forced me to wake up to a pattern that had been governing me for my whole life. I kept asking others to validate my worth because I hadn't claimed it for myself yet. I thought I needed permission. Turns out, I needed exile. Because it was only after Jesse fired me that I finally understood. Those who preach power will often try to crush it when it appears too close to home. But there's no hard feelings. This is just the law of the jungle. Power is never given. It's taken. Because if you become powerful, who's left to buy the ticket? Who's left to stay in line, applaud on cue and say, "Yes, sir, I'm so grateful to be here"? Not you. You're dangerous now. You own yourself now. You're outside the story. And once you're outside the story, they can't control you. So here's my message to you. If you're in a situation where you're doing excellent work, and the second you ask for more, they punish you, that's not feedback. That's fear. Their fear of your independence. Their fear of your self-belief. Their fear of losing control over you. It means you've already outgrown the room. And the door that closed behind you? That wasn't rejection. That was release. Now go build something nobody can ever take away from you. Or, join me this Friday to find your dream job. I'm not teaching you how to get hired and stay small. I'm teaching you how to land positions on your own terms. So you leverage the system to buy your freedom faster, without becoming a corporate drone. Live workshop this Friday at 2 p.m. EST. It's called, How to Get Hired for Your Dream Job, Without Bowing to the Bullshit. Register here, https LU-DEME 82GMHV7. Until next time, Anton Dancer, writer, Buddhist Permission to be Powerful, is a reader-supported publication. To receive new posts and support my work, consider becoming a free or paid subscriber.